And a one. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of On the Mic with Mike. I am your host, Mike Larkin, and joining me for round two is the beautiful, the amazing Miss Mandie Maytag. Mandie, it's a pleasure to have you back on the show. How are you?
Thank you, Mike. I am doing well, and I'm so happy to be back.
Of course, you've been doing a lot of great things along with Luscious Lily, a lot of traveling, a lot of stuff we're going to get into today. First and foremost, I have to say, with what's going on in the world, pandemic, quarantine, the whole nine, you have been keeping yourself busy and you've been doing a lot of great things.
Thank you. Yeah, I just had to take the initiative and kind of just believe in the vision that uh, if we build it, they will come.
Yes, it's kind of like controlling your own narrative, doing things your way and just staying on your path. And I think that's a great mindset for you to have. And for everything that you're doing, I think all of it's really, truly paying off.
It really is. A lot of times I have to kind of finance it up front, but once the following, the fans and buyers, see that I'm doing something, they kind of step up and just want to be part of the excitement. They help me out. I just love it so much. It's awesome.
Oh, you kind of got like that royalty about you now, Miss Rim Queen. I've been seeing
Mm.
you doing your stuff, Miss Rim Queen. How you doing over there? Hello.
Oh, I'm good. Yeah, someone suggested that I use that because all that throat goat and the throating and the head and top and dome and whatever, you call, you know, fellatio on, they've like it's oversaturated, I think. Plus, just the long tongue. I made that one video because I had this fan that just was going on and on about you need to do rimming videos. You need to do rimming videos, and I've had like one or two. It's funny because I really never rimmed before the industry. I'm not against it, actually. I prefer it to other things, but they suggest I use that name instead. It's like I kind of like it because it's true. Like it's a little more unique. When I Google it, though, there are some other girls claiming it, but I mean, who wants to be famous for licking buttholes, really? So it's like I did one and it just exploded. It just said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get out like a couple 100,000 views like right away." I was like, "Whoa, what happened here?" So shout out to old Kyle there for suggesting it relentlessly. Relentlessly. I blocked him on one platform and he subscribed to another one and come back. So now I'm like, all right, dude, I owe you one. So, um, yeah, it's just a funny story how that came about, but now it's getting me a lot of attention.
Well, I got to say this about yourself, and here's what truly, really encompasses you as a whole, Miss Mandy Maytag. I mean, you got the voluptuosity factor. You're beautiful, and you also look at the stance of you have, you for doing your fellatio, your blowjob scenes, and obviously the tongue. But now you have something else that adds the overall accoutrement to yourself.
Ooh, accoutrement. I'm putting that in the word vocabulary for about 30 seconds. I'm going to ask you for that word later. You have to text it to me.
I will
Um,
definitely text it to you, absolutely. But no, it
yeah.
fits because, and I like that. And I think a lot of people like the variety and like to spice it up. And I think that's what's great with us as human beings. Like everybody has their preferences, whether it be rimming or blowjobs or what have you. I think it adds a lot more elements into the key layers that is you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I just want to be skilled. Just known for my skill, but it's like I do kind of want to hone in on like one niche. And the tongue is a pretty obvious choice, but it kind of took me a while to come around to that. Um, it's just hard to display like the kind of personality I have uh in two dimensions or in, words that they have to stop and read or a video that they have to hit play on. So it's been fun to play kind of all around the board, but I'm kind of more, finding my niche and what I like. And the fan base just astounds me. Just the types of people that reach out to me is really interesting. I love it most
I
of the
think
time.
Well, yeah, and I think that's with you. Like you turn the volume way up on yourself, and you turn the notches. And I mean, I've said this to you, and I've said this last time, and I'll reiterate the point here. I mean, you have that vibrancy, you have that likability about you, you got that smile. There's something when you look at a Mandy Maytag film, the art form and the artwork that you put into it, and the overall content basis. I mean, you cannot go wrong with what you do, whether it be Lily, which we'll get into in a second here, but what you do and what encompasses in your own film. I mean, that's you. That's who you are, and that represents your overall being and your personality, and it really shines through on camera.
Oh, good. Thank you. Good. I'm glad you noticed. Um, but
I mean,
yeah,
it's the nuances, man. I think that's what a lot of people realize. They have to look at the nuance and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's really all art at the end of the day. Everybody has different endeavors that we do, and it really encompasses the art forms of it.
Yes, yes. And we always have to remember, um, like what's the difference between music and noise?
Yes,
It's
true.
opinion. So art to some, not to others, good to some, not to others. But you know, it makes me happy. And so when I can do it and people enjoy it and I can make a living off it, that's like a big win for me. So it's kind of cool.
You're like the Charlie Sheen of the adult entertainment industry. You're winning,
Oh
is what
Lord.
you're doing.
Oh no.
No,
Am I?
not the crazy part, but the winning part. There you
Oh
go.
yeah, no, no. They'll put the crazy part in there too, a little bit. Oh, the winning, that's so funny. Okay, yeah, we can say for the winning part. Yeah. Thank you for coining that, Charlie. That was pretty dope. So
All right, now let's get into Lily because you and the lovely Miss Luscious Lily, the chemistry between you two. I gotta say, I've been following your adventures from your traveling, from the behind the scenes shoots, all over the social media front. You two just have that chemistry and dynamic, and I love it.
oh, thank you. Yeah, she's awesome. Like coming from like a place in Florida where um sex work in general is just more tolerated and um less people don't, there's 24 million.4 people trying to make it in Florida. So um there's just a lot of more variety. There's something like more you're more tolerant of other
Yeah.
people's lifestyles. Plus, it's so busy that you can walk away and have a secret, and you can walk away and people don't know or care who you are because there's just so many people. Well, going from like that and having like four friends that, or more really, that were like in the industry, in the lifestyle, it made it was a big blessing. And then everybody to be scattered and me to move far away to a place that's more Bible Belt, more judgmental, but very friendly but judgmental. And to move here and not have that support like day to day, it's like if you can't be flying around because of a pandemic or um, like just I'm not near the places that do the content events so much anymore and stuff like that. Plus, conventions are getting shut down, and there's not like people here to work with because you can make so much just with a small team. If you just had a few guys, a few girls, there's a lot that you could produce. It's pretty much limitless. But not having that here um, would be incredibly difficult. So I'm just so grateful that I have at least Luscious Lily. So I knew right away we'd be friends within about 3 days of knowing her. I was like, yeah, I like this chick. And so, um, we've been slowly building her brand and I've been working with her. We've been, uh, we just undertook this tour and we could learned a lot about ourselves. I think just, where we could, what we could do on our own. We made enough mistakes to know like what to watch for next time. We really kind of get into it. And um what's so funny is I watch some of them, it's just so full of like little mistakes and accidents, but then like is the fun of editing and just tying it all together. And just next time it'll get better and better and better. And it's like, so as we've been building and learning and getting some content under our belts and stuff, we're just kind of seeing that we have a good dynamic. But also I want her to be able to grow as her own artist. She's more into like being admired and photographed, more like Marilyn Monroe and Audrey Hepburn. Those are like some of her influences. So she's got a little different view on. She got a different artistic eye, I guess you could say, and she's got a unique set of gifts. But we're able to work together and trust each other, and that makes it um, vital. It's every day. People ask me, how do I get in the industry? How do you do this or that? And want advice, but do you people take it? I'll give it from as simple as get a clever name, a Gmail, and a Twitter, and message me back, and I'll tell you the next step. And maybe two people have done it in like 3 years.
Jeez. Well, in the terms of Luscious Lily, I also look at it like this. Like you were talking about the Audrey Hepburn, Marilyn Monroe vibes. I mean, she's got that very, again, another beautiful human being. And I think she's one of the ones, like when you also look at her from her standpoint in her films, she's one that really encompasses the beauty like yourself. And I think it really shows in the films and the behind the scenes, whether it be editing the whole nine. I mean, I think that's the best way how you learn. Just keep on keeping on and keep on producing that content. I think it really shows with her work as well, with not just you, but in her solo aspects as well.
Oh, yes, definitely. Thank you. Yeah. Um, Exactly. So we're building her. She's building her. Because really she'll have to put that effort in, and she is. And then just with the pandemic, I just was thinking, we the conventions kept shutting down. I'd already bought plane tickets. I'd already made plans with people, and I had missed a shoot in Vegas. And it was my first time ever missing a shoot, because I try to stay flake free, is what I say, because a lot of times people don't show up. It's a big problem. It's
It's a
pretty common.
cluster. It's a cluster.
Oh yeah. Well, people get busy too. People, shoots always run over. You think like these 20-minute videos or 10-minute videos sometimes take 4, 5, 6 hours to shoot, and just hours and hours of editing and promo and sharing the files. If you had to put them in a Dropbox to share with somebody else, just the time consumption. Just there's a million aspects to it, as far as getting locations, talent, protection, like all the lodging, food, recreational things, like the time and effort it takes into making even just amateur stuff is like a lot of work and effort. So people like it, call it art, to have like her like helping me with that, and then to make the content, people love it. And it's like, actually the views on it are beating out, and the earnings too are beating out a lot of my other posts that have been up for months. So within weeks, they're getting like more money and more views than stuff that's been up for a long time that was produced by other people. So it's just been a testament to just keep going and, trying to keep you guys dumping loads.
Well,
I'm
put
sorry.
oh
I think
no,
I'm a little, I
that's
ramble. I'm a little stoned. So it's like, you might have had like a question behind that, and I just kind of went off, but
it's okay. Don't even worry about it, please. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy listening to you. I mean, that's fine. I ramble too. We'll ramble together. We'll be rambling king and queen. No worries. Okay, here we go. What I was going to say to that, no worries at all. What I was going to say to that, I mean, I totally agree with you. The time and the overall consumption that goes into it, something like you said, that may be so minuscule, that's like very 10 minutes, what have you, can take X amount of hours to shoot. And I think that's what I love about you guys. I mean, you guys done so many great films together, where it be rim jobs, blow jobs, all in one, or I believe there's foot jobs in there as well. So there's a lot of elements that are incorporated with each of your guys' scenes. And I've noticed you do a lot of the foot jobs as well. So I mean, again, another added layer to your brand there,
Oh
man.
yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I remember where I was going with that story now. I was talking about the flaky problem. So the
Okay.
funny thing, one of the reasons the tour happened is I was like, I missed a shoot. I feel bad. I'm going to go down there and work with this person. Well, in the midst of knowing that I was going to go down there, I was going to use cash in one of my flights that I'd bought for a convention, and I was going to take it close to me, which is Dallas, which is like 6 hours away, and I was going to work with this producer, which is Zoe, by the way. Thank you so much, Zoe. I was on his podcast recently, but I ended up still not working with him. We had it's just like those things where it's like time constraint, this and that, and it's like we had to take I said, I'm going to go make it up to this person. So I called him. I said, let's do it big. Like, you're going to have all my attention and time for like whatever, a day or what have you. And then I go down there, and we had a director coming in, and so I started talking to somebody. They're going to come in, which is Richmore Films, and we were going to shoot something, but there was like some issues with the logistics, and a little bit, and I had to like take matters into our own hands for a few days, and kind of just with the project falling through and things like that, like we had to start making our own things and whatever. And I said, you know what? Why would I even fly down there to do this? I will just drive. Okay, so I'm gonna drive down there, and I meet this producer, and meet this director, and I'm gonna get some work done. I'm gonna bring in some talents from here and there, and they're bringing in talents from here and there. And it just didn't work out that way. So we spent like several days there. I never did get to meet. The director was late. The producer and I just could not. We just didn't have I just had like these funny windows of time, because they have their own things going on, and so it's like we had to take matters into our own hands. And I said, well, we're going to pay for this testing. The testing now requires COVID,
Mhm.
so that's an extra expense. I'm thinking, man, we're spending over $500 on testing. Where else can we go? And so we thought, okay, the two of us drive to Dallas. And I thought, well, what else could we do? And so we ended up planning this tour for the 2 weeks that our testing was good, and just work with, and just, make the content we're going to make. So it was almost easier to do it that way. Plus you have a variety of locations and people to work with. And what's cool is for a lot of them, I got like their one-on-one attention. So like a content event or whatever, we had to keep it going because the market is more than ever for people to be enjoying internet virtual attention.
Mhm.
They're wanting that adult entertainment, and like clicks were going up as lockdowns were happening. So it's like I have to make new stuff. So I was so grateful that Lily was able to go with me, and that thing just kind of happened. And the funny thing is, I still have not worked with Zoe, and other than his podcast, and I just feel so bad. It's like, and I've been there one more time since then. It's like, Amanda, what is your problem? And that's an Amanda issue more than a Mandy issue. I don't know what the heck, why it just hasn't happened yet. So I'm still coming for you. We're still going to get it done, but
Well,
I
well,
had more. Yeah, that's kind of where that story was going.
okay. Hey, well, Zoe
uh,
was a great guy. Zoe was a great guy, and I also look at it like this. I mean, it'll happen. You know what I'm saying? Good things to come to those who are wait. Patience is a virtue. I mean, I think it'll be great when it does happen.
Yes, yes. Well, with the riots and stuff like that and COVID, like the
Sure.
testing facilities were shut down, and not everyone wants to use the talent testing and stuff like that. But I did want to because I thought, well, I'll try to line some stuff up, and because so I had a big project lined up with Richmore Films, and then we had a logistics issue there, and then I had stuff lined up with Zoe. He was like kind of busy here and there with just other things and not being able to, he wasn't able to test because like his area was shut down, the medical facilities and stuff. So it's like, or not the medical facilities, but like the testing labs and things, I guess, where you
Yes.
had to have a special appointment, one person at a time type of thing. So, and then the riots too. So he was gonna, so I just thought, well, the show must go on. And so he just had like certain windows of time that just, I guess it just didn't work because we just got wrapped up in doing what we were doing. And yeah, it'll happen.
Now,
So
I mentioned what you're doing now with Lily as well, with the foot jobs and the whole nine of what you're doing with your scenes and that chemistry. Another one that really recently just came out is where you're doing a blowjob of a POV scene there, and you're on this, you're on the stoop and you're doing thing after 15 years out of prison. We have that, so you're putting out more
oh my
content from that.
God.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome that you bring that up. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Um well, Missouri is a smaller place than it's a lot less populated, I guess you could say, than Florida. And so there more people tend to be related. And so let's just say like I knew that guy's cousin. So I know his cousin, and the cousin came over here, and they're like, "Hey, we got another cousin here. Let's, they're basically everybody's getting together." And I just heard his story, and I was just like, "Oh, that's so funny." And so we talked about it, and I was just like, "Yeah, you know what? Could I record that?" And he was like, "Yeah." And it was just, it just happened, but I thought, man, this is kind of cool. So he was happy about it. I was happy about it, and the fans seemed to like it. So
And I mean, it's one of those ones that's like, it's really cool. It has the great, it has a story behind it, which I think is funny, has the entertainment value. And then also, we get to see what you're doing as well, just not just with Lily, not just with that, but you also incorporate Princess Havoc in that, who I just had on the show not too long ago. And she's another one that really mixes up you guys. You guys done some casting couch, you guys done some three ways. It's very good to have Princess Havoc along in the mix there as well.
yeah, she was okay. Some people are just born to do this, and she just was born to do this. She has that bubbly personality. She's got this cute little body. She just reminds me of like Kristen Curves, like
Mhm.
just this little chubby, cute little bunny. It's just like but she just comes with like a big brain and a desire to work, and she just absorbs everything I say. From like the first time we talked, she was like, "Hey, I'm from Atlanta. Could you help me?" And I get that all the time. People asking, "Hey, can you help me with this or that?" And I get wrapped up in a lot of phone calls. Lucky them. And she was just calling every day. It started right about the time we are going to go on the tour. She just started calling, um, or videoing like on Telegram or something, and we keep it up. We still do that all the time. So it's like she's like, "You always have a place to come in Atlanta." I said, "Thank you, girls." So um, I recently went to Atlanta and worked with her, and it was just fun to have her one on one for a couple days. We made some stuff. You guys, you have to keep your eyes out because it will be. Some of it's being posted. I put an extended preview on um, X videos and Pornhub, but I used the word punish on Pornhub, and it actually started running into problems. So I guess it's a forbidden word. So I have to take it down, re-edit it, and put it back up because you can't put the same video up twice. So But I do have extended preview on X videos, and of course it's going to be an OnlyFans and Mandie Vid's Crush, and I'll probably throw it in my multi-girl Dropbox. But yeah, I love working with her. She just is eager to learn. She has an understanding of her sex and where, you know, she stands on what she needs to stand on. She asks advice where she doesn't, and you know, she moves when she got to move. She's awesome.
And I did see the preview before we actually went on air, so if people want to see it, like, and I like that too because you both are looking absolutely sexy. The punishing aspect, that's a great preview. And I'll be honest with you, from my standpoint, I can't wait to see the whole thing, man. I think that really is going to be an awesome vid.
Awesome. Thank you. You guys can use promo code MAN, like Mandie, 22226 and save 50% on videos. So yeah, you mentioned something that made me want to speak on something.
Well, I was just
maybe
saying, like, God, I'm sorry.
I just want to give a shout out to Samaj Media for recording that. Thank you, Samaj. He does such beautiful work. He's in Atlanta. You guys should hit him up.
Alrighty. Now, I will say this about that because I think what's awesome about it is too, and one thing that you actually mentioned about Princess Havoc that I could also tell, and I just wanted to encompass that. Just one more thing about Princess Havoc. Very smart girl. Like I said, like you mentioned, bubbly, very smart, very intelligent, absorbs a lot, and I could tell that by just talking to her as well. And I love that intelligence factor about her.
Woman power. Yes. Yes.
Yep.
I think that's in the future for porn in general, and with Maytag Media is I see a more like pro woman leadership, and kind of more filling more traditionally male roles, but still encompassing like sexy and hot, you know, all that good stuff that, you know, smutty, the smutty goodness of porn, and, you know, always wanting to kind of keep something fresh. So I've actually been thinking about trying to get a female led summit or content event together, especially in the midst of COVID, you know, when we have to kind of take matters into our own hands. You know, just getting a trusted team together and getting a trusted, you know, event planned for maybe like 4 or 5 days. Hopefully 2020, if not 2021, as soon as it's viable for all parties involved. Because, you know, the more people you get, the more agendas there are, and the more, you know, different ideas and stuff to sort through. So I've actually kind of put the seed in someone's head that I would like to put that together. And those ladies are busy right now, but when they are ready, I hope to hear back from them and see their thoughts on putting something together, like led by all females.
See, that's something I'm actually totally behind. And I think for me, and I mentioned this on the show, going back to the beauty, strength, and dominance, three key elements that make women the work of art that they are. I mean, you have left a lot of girl empower, female empowerment. I think during this day and age, if you will, in 2020 and years going on, I think that's one of the main things that really is enjoyable to see is just the amount of women grouped together and just everyone just having fun and being shown off of their talents that they have. So it's really a great feel.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And I really like that the stuff that I've been putting out that we've produced on our trip and that Lily and I have produced here in Missouri is that it's not super, it's still super sexy, but it's not like super degrading, and it's fun. It's fun to watch, like the Big Meat Texan video, the double blowjob with the, you know, black and white paintings behind it and stuff like that. Like we put some sexy shit out there. I mean, we really did. And we made it look good. We made it look, I mean, the best we could. Um, and it's just a real testament to see that, like, doing so well. So I'd like to see more production from women and doing uh, you know, more of the behind the scenes, you know, calling like the big shots, the big, you know, the creative direction.
Of course. And I mean, for me, I look at it like this, people. If you want to see some stuff on Mandie's X videos, you got stuff like Bound to Blow, man. I did see Bound to Blow. My goodness. Yes.
That is another Samaj. Well, it's Sir Hines, and his company is Samaj Media, and I love the way he shoots. I just do it. I mean, I could just imagine, like, if I could learn to do that. And let me know if you hear the crickets and stuff, or sequoias or senate. I can't think what they're called. They're making all this noise out here. I stepped outside.
Hey, it happens. It's okay. No, you're totally fine. I mean, for me, I just want to also add to that because the Bound to Blow content is great. There's one with the parking lot with Devon. There's a lot of great stuff that you
Oh,
have that's
yeah.
encompassed on the next videos. Go ahead.
Yes. Oh yes, handsome Devin. Um, yeah, it's been. I really like the outdoor stuff. I do. Like so it's funny that you've mentioned like 4 videos now that have been outdoors. It was the convict, that just got out of prison, handsome Devin in a parking garage, and then the was it bound to
Bound to Blow.
blow
Bound to
blow
Blow. Yep.
bound to blow free or something like that, and those are all out. Those are all outdoor shoots, but they were. I just love the way that they came out. Something about it.
And I think that's great too because we see a lot of content where it's outdoors and stuff. And I think it's just the overall freedom and liberation of just having, intercourse, sexual relations, what have you, just outside. And it just adds a lot of free and a lot of fun elements to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice, but yeah, just the having multi cameras and learning to edit with 2 views and pull the sound from over here and do this and that. It's just been such a fascinating last couple of years.
And it's the overall ambiance, if you will. You know what I'm saying? There goes back to the words, man, the ambiance of the overall outdoor shooting in the scenes. That really captures the beauty of it.
Yeah, that one was just. Sometimes things just magically fall together. Like that shoot was actually kind of. It just kind of happened in a way. I was supposed to work with someone else in Southern Louisiana. It just time constraint wise, it wasn't going to work. I was going to go see an old friend in Alabama, and it was a little far from, but it was also like it didn't feel like 100% like the family was up for company. And so, I one of the talents I was speaking with said, Handsome Devin lives in Louisiana.
Mhm.
And so D. Richmore gave him a call because he had went on the tour with us for several days because he was had a logistics issue and he was a few days late getting to the shoot. So the first project fell apart, but he went and followed us through like 4 or 5 cities and was able to capture a lot of content that Lily and I will not be releasing ourselves right away because they're trying to, D. Richmore's trying to do some stuff, a couple different interesting things with the footage. And what I have seen that he has given to us has been really well done. But that shoot just kind of happened. He called him. Devin said, "Yeah, he's down." Um, like I said in the beginning, like of the interview, time runs away from you sometimes in this industry. You'll get to shooting something that should take 45 minutes, but because of this or that, it can take hours. It can go over. People flake. People have issues, for a lot of reasons getting to the set on time. So it's real common to, have like no shows or late shows or whatever. So um, I'm just gonna say he was a little bit late, but we did come to him. So it's like it actually caused like a lot of tension, like stress wise, because we were halfway through the tour. Things we had to keep like rolling with the punches, and then we had this late shoot. And we get to the location. It's really awesome. We're gonna just go ahead with this, and Devin goes out of the car and he's just kind of like, showing off for his OnlyFans and his Snapchat or whatever. And I was like, oh gosh, I remember I used to do those things. Like, I used to be more conscious of, oh, I better snap this. I better post this on Instagram. That you get so overwhelming that trying to keep up with everything just takes all day long at some days. So I see him back there just kind of swinging his dick around. And I was like, oh, I should do that too. So I parked my phone. And then, things just happened. And so then, I mean, I'm not even dressed for that scene. I just have makeup on. I don't have my hair done. I'm wearing like a tank top
Yep.
and some tights and some slides, some Nike slides. But it just happened. So, we weren't 100% on what exactly we are gonna do. And Lily and I talked about doing like a threesome or 2 individual scenes in a threesome, something like that. And so it just starts happening. And she goes, "Oh, look, they're back there starting already." So D jumps out of the car, grabs the camera, and the scene we just kind of let happen. Of course, we took his direction, um, and it just happened. So sometimes like good things have to fall together. I just think it's beautifully shot. It was fun making the promo for it. It's just fun to see like what all the cooperation made it, and then Miss Lily was able to get her own scene with him. And I love their scene, the stairwell, the music. It looks so good. So just the stress of the situation had just brought like our everything to like a tension. But then when we left and those scenes came out so well, and everything from that point on in the tour pretty much fell into place on its own. I knew once we got to Atlanta, they were going to roll out the red carpet, and they did. Everybody was freaking awesome. And I got to work with just so many people, so many photographers, so many different types of scenes. Some is going to be released now, some could be more public, some going to be, subscription only, and some may even be DVD. Some may even be in a film festival. So I'll just leave it at that. But that was like kind of brought everything to a head. But Lily and I got kind of at each other's throats for a minute because we were running so behind. It was hot. She expected the threesome right off the bat, and I was back there just couldn't resist the dick, and I was hogging up all the dick. I was like, no, you'll shoot another one. So it ended up working out. But at the time it brought everything to attention. But then we were able to get over it really quickly. And, I apologize to anybody that had to hear it that day. And we just kept it moving, went on to our next destination. And from then on, it was pretty smooth sailing.
So to go on what you were saying there, sometimes what you're saying is when it comes to out there and when it comes to hogging the dick, or as you so eloquently put it, it's kind of like, sharing is caring, but you just like, you couldn't resist.
No, it just happened. It just happened. I mean, well, here's the thing. Like I asked for consent before I start feeling up on people. I'll be like, well, just because I'm a chick and they're a dude, I know that there's big differences, but I usually like to ask. Some people have got a spouse or something. They don't want you rubbing up all over them. They're there to work. That's how Miss Lily is. She is not mostly. She is there to work and make art and help me out and help herself out. She's not really there for the fun aspect, but see, being a happily single cougar that I am, I want to touch on some people when I'm shooting, but I don't want to be extra weird. I'm already weird. I don't want to be extra weird. So I just ask them like, hey, is it okay if I like feel on you and stuff? And they'll say yes or no. And so far everyone said yes. So that's been good. So I just kind of like to just chit chat them up a little bit, feel on their butts and stuff. And I just saw his beautiful cock slinging around, and I thought, I just wanted to kneel down and admire it. And so it just kind of happened. It's such a good move. I'm so impressed with how skilled he is. And it just happened. I think it's a beautiful piece of art. And I don't know. I just hope it's continued success with that scene. But yeah, the rest of the tour kind of rolled into place. And now I'm happy to have it done and be able to talk about it and have it all paid for.
Well, it's the spontaneity. That's what's cool about it. It's just stuff like that that's on the fly. And also, I also look at it like this, man, with your cougar self. You go, girl. You do what you got to do. The magic word, please. You know what I'm saying? Asking for the consent. That's the right way to do it. And I understand. I see where you come from. You're a woman with needs. You're a lovely human being.
Still ask them. Yeah. I get to work with so many beautiful people. Have you seen these guys I'm working with? They're adorable. I just want to, a little piece of all of them. Sometimes a bigger piece than the others, but for the most part, I just, if I book to work with them, there's a chance I'm pretty freaking 99% sure I'm attracted to them on some level. So, if I want to touch them, I don't want to feel violated. I want to be spontaneous, but really, I wanted that trip. If it had gone 100% organized as planned, there's no telling how it would have turned out. So, we just had to roll the punches, and it wasn't so much spontaneous as necessity and productivity. But there is definitely some spontaneity in my everyday life. Mostly it's what comes out of my mouth.
Well, what comes out of your mouth is beautiful words. And this is also where I segue here, because Miss Maytag Media, not only do we have the beautiful voluptuosity factor of your overall being, but you got that intelligence about you. You're doing your thing with Maytag Media. I am.
So, I got the official business license back in May. I kind of was working with a rapper for a little bit there, but it just, I couldn't manage. He was marketable, but not manageable at this moment in time. So we moved on from there, and and I'm looking into other ventures. And sure enough, as I'm just minding my business and people are watching my videos, I'm getting approached by all different kinds of people. Very, I'm very, uh, I'm very astounded by sometimes the people that reach out to me. I'm just like, wow, they know who the fuck I am, or they saw this in that part of the world or that part of the world. And uh, when when I just as soon as I get kind of comfortable in like how we're going to run this business, and I start getting approached by managers, or with Princess being a more populated area, a place that has more production. She's speaking with a manager, and then I, by happenstance, started speaking with the manager, and then I started speaking to both the managers, and they had very different backgrounds and different demeanors and different things to bring to the table. And so I get to talking to them, and I think both agree that I can stay on the path that I'm on, and I'll do fine. I know where I'm going. It's just the time that it takes to get my ideas and put to to get everything all produced and put out there. Like I said, it's a lot more time consuming and expensive than people realize. Um, it's just, if it's just me running the entire circus, you know, uh, it's going to take a long time to get it built. So I definitely need some more clowns, and we need a monkey or two, and I think I could be a lot more productive. And of course, having the money behind it would be great. So I did entertain a couple, I would say, kind of interviews, because I have to remember at the end of the day that I'm hiring them. But I did actually sign Maytag Media with a manager recently, and I am not going to share much of that right now because I just want to kind of see where this goes. But I'm hoping that I'm right in the fact that I've poised myself for growth and rapid growth, and I'm just trusting that I'm going to have a team that can like bring more of Maytag to the world. So I'm going to make Maytag. I want to make Maytag a household name again, if they don't make me change it. So, uh, yeah, I've been just kind of listening to people that have been doing it longer than me and getting advice from them. Sometimes it's offered, sometimes it's asked, sometimes I pay for consults. And they said, do this, this, and this. And I've done it. I don't have enough hours in the day to really implement every idea, but I think now I'm going to have some backing and some investors that are going to pony up some capital to get Maytag Media functioning the way that I want it to. And if not, contract is temporary nonetheless. I mean, we're only as strong as our weakest link, right? So I hopefully, when you bring me back to talk to you next time, I have a lot of great things that have happened and great things that I'm doing and great things that I'm going to do to talk about.
Well, let me tell you something, Maytag. You're probably one of the most creative people that I know with an amazing mind. And I think that the path that you are on is going to lead to you nothing but succession and glory. And I
Oh,
think it's going to be amazing.
thank you. Thank you. I already feel successful, as crazy as it sounds. I'm already just getting to do what I love every day, and to have it be like literally tomorrow would be like 10 months. I've been able to do this and only this and be home every day has been awesome. And still travel, still grow. I'm growing, I'm steadily climbing, you know?
Yeah, and I think what's great about it too is, and I got to say this about you, your professionalism, because each and every one of the videos, and people, I urge you to check it. We'll promote this in a couple of minutes as we're winding down here. I'm just going to say this right now, man. I think one of the things that also astonished me is because I've seen your videos, and what's amazing is you're so very interactive with your fans in the comments on the X videos and stuff. But then I think there was one individual who has a picture of his genitals as his profile picture, wanted to work with you, and I'm like, what makes you think like someone want to work with you if your profile picture is of your genitals? Like, come on now, you know what I'm saying? Are they still not good?
Well, the guys, the guys that like ladies, they probably would love to get them pictures all day if they could of genitals and stuff. And maybe they just think that we want to too. But I can understand, I guess, where the misconception would come from, that it just takes the right penis to make good porn.
Mhm.
Somewhere I could kind of see how they'd get that idea, but really, it takes a lot more than that. And not only does it take more than, the right penis, it's just there's so many of. Oh no, I just shut off a light. Um, it just takes so much more than that, and a lot of times I think they really just want to show it to me or show it to the world for some reason. They just really want people to see them, and they're so abundant and low value. And if it's not connected to a face, that I like, and a person that I'm attracted to, somebody that I respect, like, it's so irrelevant. It's like it's the one basic thing that you were just given at birth that you have no control over, but that, to perform, amateur or otherwise, in an adult video takes a lot more than just that. I mean, you just might have been, you might have been blessed with an endowment that you appreciate, or, or, the fact that your genitals are in a condition that you're proud of right now. I really don't need to see all of them, but I like when I can see a fan for a fan, when they can talk to me like a person, like approach me like, hey, my name is this, and I blah, blah, blah. Compliments usually go a little further than, hey, hi, dick pic, a picture of money. Oh, I love the ones with pictures of money. It's like, if I can't spend it, I don't want to see it. Anybody, I don't think anybody's ever been flashing big piles of money has ever, um, has ever like sent me anything like on a pay app ever. They always come with pictures. They lead with that. Anyway, I don't really have time for those guys, but the ones that can talk to me like a human, I'll interact with them as much as I can. Plus I'm trying to help my engagement, but honestly, it takes a lot of time. So sometimes I'll be so busy and somebody wants me to kind of drop everything to answer their, I want to get to know you, girl, questions. And I'm different. I don't want to buy your porn. I just want to get to know you, the real you. So I just can't drop like everything I'm doing to answer those all the time. So it's like I'm starting to have to implement ways that I interact with fans, the time wasters who get no time, and then but you have to judge carefully, because there's times I've been more patient than other girls, especially when we're selling them. When premium snaps were a big deal,
Mhm.
they still kind of are, but they're kind of dying out to OnlyFans. Um, a lot of behind the scenes is the girls supporting each other and things like that. And, there's kind of like this, I don't know, there's a lot of great women behind the scenes, but we get approached so often that, you have to learn how to deal with these guys, and you have to learn like the methods and ways to deal with fans and buyers and stuff that lets you stay on track and not get ugly and not waste time. But sometimes I've been more patient than those other girls, and that has paid off when they say wait till Friday, and it goes a couple Fridays. If they're just sitting watching the free previews and giving me views, I'll let them sit. I'm not just so quick to be like, buyers only, you have to buy now, because you got to test drive the car, you got to check it out.
Of course, I think that's what's great about how you conduct yourself. And I think for me, like, look, I love having these conversations with you on and off air, and I think getting to know you for you is absolutely amazing. I think a lot of people see that when they listen to this and when they see your work, like Mandie Maytag, the sky's the limit, my friend.
Thank you, thank you. As long as people like to ejaculate, I should have some way to make revenue.
Of course, and I mean, for so many videos with solos, with girl on girl, with threesomes, the whole nine, each and every one of them is pure content. You can see the fun and the admiration in your face, and it really makes for great work.
Thank you. Thank you. For the most part, I enjoy my body of work, but even the mistakes are just they become just a beautiful part of the journey. And you just have to have joy in the journey. Like, to me, like when you're talking about success earlier, it's like, to me, I just feel like I'm already successful, just being able to do what I like as my job. And I just don't have to answer to anybody but my landlord once a month.
I think with you, it's kind of like the old saying. It's kind of like it's not cockiness, it's confidence, and you got a whole lot of confidence.
Yeah, I just know myself.
Exactly, and that's why you are a boss, man, a true boss, Miss Mandie Maytag. And I got to say this from the bottom of my heart, I love you. I truly love you. And you're one of my favorite people. So yeah, you're welcome. I truly mean that. I always love having these interactions with you, and I can't wait for round three with you. You got a lot of stuff coming, so I'm gonna say, oh, a lot of stuff coming. There you go. So play on words. Anyway, I digress. Miss Mandie Maytag, Miss Mandie Maytag, please promote the social medias, the X videos, where everybody can find you. Please go ahead. The
Yeah.
floor is yours.
almost everything can be found with Maytag, Mandie Maytag, Mandie. So, but Twitter is Supermanda FL. However, I'm shadow banned or blacklisted, as you could say. You have to put in the whole
Yep.
https twitter.com/Supermanda FL. You could do that, or you go to allmylinks.com/Mandie-Maytag, or I'm on Instagram. If you watch one of my videos on X videos, just looking for Mandie Maytag, I have little I have my socials and stuff listed there and other ways to reach me. I'm out there. You can find me for sure. And I got MandieMaytag.com built. Thank you, Jordan from Defect Designs. He came through during COVID. The economy was down. I was able to, get a great service, which was my website, and help somebody out that was maybe working from home or had some downtime or building their own company. And he does beautiful work. I looked at his things. He built me a beautiful site, but now I'm just ready for me and hopefully my new investors and team to go in and get that shaped up. And then from now on, I'll just be able to go MandieMaytag.com, and it'll give you all my calendar and my videos and have everything, the blog and all the good stuff right in one centralized location. So if the social networks will shut me down or whatever the pay apps, I can centralize it all in one place and hopefully start saving more time and be able to make more content and more videos for you guys to keep dumping loads.
By the way, just on a side note, since you also alluded to it before there, man, I noticed that, man, going on your Twitter, you got that like shadow ban going on. I'm like, geez, you know what I'm saying? I noticed that too.
Oh, I'm harder to find than Osama bin Laden.
Okay. It's one of the things where I look at it like this. Like, look, I know, well, it's guidelines too. I see it with Twitter and Instagram too. But like, come on. Like, I've seen your content. I've seen a lot worse. Like, you're doing your thing. You're just promoting yourself. You're looking good, you know?
Everything has been, cleaned up, Tumblr and of course, Facebook leading the way. And I understand the community guidelines and I understand FOSTA and SESTA wanting to help trafficked victims. And I'm not taking away from any of that at all. But in the same space, we're getting suffocated as illegal adult sex workers, and it puts a chokehold on it. It's an ever-changing market. You have to be ready. Like I said, roll with the punches about 25 times on this interview, but you got to be ready to roll with punches and be looking forward into the market and, having a passion. So, yeah, I am a little shadow banned on Twitter, but you can still find it if you Google
Well,
or
also,
DuckDuckGo or
yeah.
Tor or whatever you use.
Well, you don't have to worry about rolling with the punches. You know, you're cock locked and ready to rock. You got it going on. You know, you know.
I love it. Cock locked and ready to rock. I might name a video that.
There you go. Putting the ideas, planting the seeds in your head there, man.
Yes. 2020, women power and adaptation, evolution, innovation. Let's do it, ladies.
Now, we did the social medias. We covered a lot of bases in the show. Do you have any final words for your fans, man? This is also the floor is yours, man. Any final words to the fans, the supporters of the Maytag? Go ahead.
Oh man, what could I say? Oh, of all the times I can't shut up. Um. Oh man, I knew it. I just want to give a shout out to all the guys in the industry, the ones that are doing it. It's a hard gig, and I love you guys for it. And you guys, I'm working on a special project, and I'm gonna help. I want to help some of you guys fulfill your dream of getting into the industry. So give me a little bit of time. I'm working with some people to kind of develop a little situation since I keep getting asked for advice on how do I do this and that. I think we're going to wrap it all up into a fun, like info edu series, so to speak. But I don't want to give too much away. Um, but I just get excited. I want to talk about things. But just look forward to that. I'm going to have a way that you can learn and possibly work with me and Miss Lily. So stay tuned, everybody.
So I will say this first and foremost. You talk about, you know, not knowing when to shut up. I love listening to you, so you don't have to worry about shutting up, man. I enjoy listening to your conversation. You're a lovely human being. Same goes for Miss Luscious Lily, giving a shout out to Lily. So, Mandie Maytag, I want to say this right now. It's been a pleasure. It's always a privilege. And this concludes another edition of On the Mic with Mike. My name is Mike Larkin from Mandie Maytag. Thank you guys for listening. And Mandie Maytag, I love you. Thank you so much once more.
Oh, thank you, Mike. Bye, guys. Mwah.